I'm not asking you, go shut up at the top.
Are you crazy? Why are you telling me to shut up?
Calm down when I'm talking.
Yeah, you mad? Why are you telling me to shut up?
Give me the 11 from my own. Come here. Drop it.
Even if na your picky way, they say, come here, drop it. Today has been so crazy in the house with Faith being the head of house and Imisi being on the other side of things where it's like so much back and forth, so much stubbornness. Imisi said, get her own for head, get her own for body. But then with the way Faith has been going, it's giving, it's not even giving. Pere was, oh, emblem on my neck, all of that's going on there. But it's as if Faith has taken it to a whole different level, right? His own is on a whole different level where he's like, oh, come and do this, you cannot do this, you need to do that. I say, okay, now we are in for it this particular week. So a lot has been going on, even before this. The punishment that Big Brother gave to Jason, the punishment that Big Brother gave to Thelma is as a result of the issue that they had with Faith, right? Somebody said, Michi said General Faith, first to comment. And then I'll also speak about the bias. I see some bias with Big Brother's operation, the way he has been operating when it comes to Faith. And I don't think it's nice, right? Because in some situations where he's not supposed to act the way he has been acting, that's in terms of Big Brother. I get as in they operate sometimes that I feel like he should, you know, it's not nice in my opinion. I'm going to talk about that later on in this video when I'm addressing that side of it, especially the punishments with Jason and then Telma. Jason in particular. When we get to that, we're going to talk about it. So we had Faith and Imisi. Okay, welcome back. Sorry, welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new here, please do well to like, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified each time I post a brand new video. So earlier on today, there was a situation between Imisi and Faith. Faith went to tell Imisi to go wash her plate that was put in the sink. Right. So Imisi told him that I'm going to go wash it. I just woke up from sleep. Faith kept telling her that she should please go wash her plates. He was still insisting that she should go and wash her plate. And she's like, You've said what you have said. I'm not just going to stand up and go and just I'm not just going to stand up and just go, hey, I'm going to wash my plate and all of that, right? Faith was like, okay, give me your time. Right? How much time should I give you? She was like, I don't know time. I mean, this house, I don't know time. And then he now told her that if the plate is there by the time they're done with the nomination process, that she's going to hear from him. I said, sorry, sir.
Please come and wash your plate, sir.
I just woke up, I will.
Please come and wash your plate.
You heard me right. I just woke up. You won't just tell me right now, stand up and go to the kitchen.
How long will it take? How much time do you need?
I know Sabi time.
If the plate is still there after live nomination, we'll have a problem.
That's your problem.
All right.
So now, how did Imisi's plate even get in the sink to begin with? So her plate was not even in the sink. Her plate was in the fridge, right? And there was milk inside that she wanted to use later. But Kocho brought it out from the fridge and put it in the sink. So she was not even aware that she had plates in the sink. So that's when Faith now went to tell her that she should go pick up her plate. She said that there was something inside. He said, should I put it back in the fridge? Obviously, he can't be putting it back in the fridge at this point. She was like, no. And that's why he told her to go wash the plate. So at this point where he was like, okay, if that thing is still there by the time the live nomination is done, you're going to hear from me. And she's like, in fact, he now left. She now said, in fact, that she's not going to wash it. Let her now see what is going to happen. So that is where the build up between Faith and Imisi started from, right? Although Kola later on went to wash the plate because peacemaker of the union, he decided that he did not want them to have issues, right? So he later on washed the plates. Then speaking of Faith being the head of house, he won ahead of Sultana. Sultana had like the second best time, but then he had a better time than Sultana during the head of house games, and that's how he became the head of house, right? So now when he started his head of house regime, he just told them, oh, he doesn't like tardiness. He thanked them for giving him the position and then also being the most influential player of the week, did all of that. And then he told them that one rule that they're going to uphold is that when he brings the battery for battery change, he's going to keep it there and they would all have to go to the spots that he has kept it at to collect their batteries. Now the rule where in say in go use for a regime, right? So that was his speech, right?
I don't like disorderliness, I don't like tardiness, and I will not shout. I respect all of you. During battery change, I will not come to you. You're here because you want people to hear you and see you as a great person. I will not beg you to change your batteries. If you do not want people to hear your voice, beautiful. In the morning,
Even Mide and Denari had a little fight after this whole thing because Mide was telling Faith that he should not start his regime like this. Denari was like, "Why are you begging him? Just leave him." And then, they were hailing him like, "Oh, military regime, military regime." I said, "Okay, let us see how this regime is going to be." So someone said, Faith is over to him. He's like, "There's something there. Like, don't worry, guys. I'm going to get to it. I just want to get this out of the way so that I can really address this microphone situation that Big Brother punished Jason J for." I feel like it was not in fact, let's get there first. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So for Sultana, she said something about Dede. She called her some paper yash. You guys know that when Dede and this person they were having an issue, there was an insult that's also gave to Dede. She called her some paper yash. So that's what they used to describe Dede in this thing. Sultana was saying that Dede was not happy with that she won the head of house. I'm sorry, that she was head of house and she didn't want her to win. She wanted Koyi to win, So that was the gist. Plenty just happened here, but that was one of the things that were said.
Some people, yeah, she was not happy that I won, but at the same time, she's still not happy for this win because she expected Coin to win. Okay, that's she expected Joanna. That's it. And also she can enter the HJH now. The almighty Coin, I can't even pass her for time.
So that was just that for them. I didn't think that it made sense for them to be describing Dede in that manner. Which one with some paper yash again? Like you don't carry on for anything like that. But this is not the video where we're going to dwell on that. I just wanted to bring that one to you guys' attention. They also spoke about Koyi crying. That Koyi usually cries, at his own time. Sometimes when something happens, he goes to his corner to cry and everything. That after the live eviction show, he went upstairs to cry. Right. So now this battery thing. Now here I won't really dwell on. This is where I want to really talk about. Right. Now, Big Brother, he said, okay, you should come and get your batteries, right? Some of the housemates, when he took the battery in, some of the housemates went to collect their batteries. Some of them were sleeping. He went to wake them up, like, okay, come and pick up your batteries. Like, for example, Tracy was sleeping. He literally went outside to wake her up to come and pick up her battery. Even though I felt like, okay, she's sleeping. Some exceptions should be given to some people sometimes. She's sleeping. The time you used to go from that point that you kept the batteries to where she was, you could have carried the battery to help her change it because she's sleeping, right? And then he didn't do that. He went there to wake her up. The same thing happened with Jason J and some other people. For Jason J, he was already upstairs. I think he was sleeping also. Faith went upstairs, I think around 3 times to call him to come and change his battery. Now at this point, he was getting pissed off. Like Jason was like, in fact, that he wasn't really like bothered by the whole thing. Rude Boy now said, Jason J is his friend. I'm going to help him to carry the battery and go and change it for him. Faith said no. I say, I don't understand. Person no fit carry battery for person again. He said no, that the reason he's doing that is because Jason J wants to prove a point, that he's not going to use him to prove a point. And I'm like, I don't understand. Somebody wants to carry it to him. What is your problem? You are the one that wants to prove a point here because this is somebody that wants to help him to carry it. Jason J is not saying bring it. Somebody wants to help him. So why not let the person carry it? Now, Rude Boy now had to take it back because Kola and Zita were saying, it's Faith's regime. They should just allow him. I was still like, why are people doing this whole thing? Can't you just let the whole thing be? Let me even play the video first before we proceed, before we continue.
No, not my friend. No, don't do like that. You did do your own. No, who are you? Not my friend.
It's not your regime, you know.
Yeah. But we took battery for people. Why don't you want me to take for him? So are you saying that people cannot take battery for people again? So that's what I don't want to. That's why let me take it.
So yeah. Now that was what Ruba was saying, that they took battery for other people. Some other people were there, they took battery for other people. So why don't you want me to take batteries, Jason J's battery for him? That's when Faith was like, he's trying to prove a point, and he's not going to let that happen. It did not make sense to me that you're not wanting somebody to carry, like, okay, so the person must calm down and come and carry their battery by themselves. Which kind? I don't understand. I don't understand how artists they operate. I mean, how artists they work for there. So it didn't make sense to me. And with Thelma's situation, it was the same thing. So Big Brother dished out punishment for those that had like the microphone infringements and all whatnot from last week. The punishment was he gave them book to write things on top. Like they had to write, I'm not going to handle my microphone. So all of them had book and pen, a, yeah, an exercise book and then a pen to write down several things, right? For Thelma was eating. It was the same thing of somebody wanted to go pick up Thelma's book. Faith said he wasn't going to give it to the person that she's not bigger than the person that wants to pick it up. That she come and pick it up by herself. And Thelma just, continued eating and said that okay, that we should leave it now. And I think Faith now took it back to, Big Brother. Faith took back the microphone. I'm sorry, the batteries, and then also that one to Big Brother. Now, this is where I personally feel like there's a little bit of I'm going to go past all of these things. There's a little bit of bias or a little bit of this thing in terms of Big Brother's judgments because Big Brother punished them. So according to the rule book, one person is supposed to come and distribute, and get the batteries to the housemates, right? Which is, in fact, they even had to go and read the rule book to be sure that they're not in the wrong or they're not doing something wrong, right? They had to go and read the rule book. And obviously, the rule book stated that one person will be responsible for getting the batteries and distributing it or getting it to the housemates. And then in this conversation, Rude Boy now said that Ruben now highlighted that in his regime, there were some batteries that were not, for some reason, some of the housemates did not pick up their batteries and all. He wanted to go and return it to Big Brother. Big Brother said, Big Brother didn't allow that. Big Brother told him to make sure that it is distributed, meaning that it is the head of house. It is the job of the head of house to make sure that those batteries are distributed. If you do not allow the previous people, the head of house that have been there before, to return those batteries, why did you now allow it to happen with Faith? These other people, when they had like the whole returning, they were not able to return the batteries. You made them go back and do the distribution, make sure that it went round to everybody. So why is it different in this whole situation? Let me play it for you guys where they were trying to read out in the rule book where that situation was addressed, right?
When the battery change is called for, one housemate should make sure they receive all the batteries and deliver any batteries to every housemate. Yes, now you're supposed to deliver now. No, even me, the day where I talk, I won't keep the battery. They call me, they say I should make sure I carry the battery. I don't know how they're allowing me.
So that's I don't know if you guys heard that, where it was like one housemate should make sure that it's delivered. In my opinion, even if you're not going to go around to change the batteries, it's fine. It's either you assign somebody, you can assign someone to do that, or like you have decided to do, people can come and pick up their batteries. But you shouldn't stop anybody from picking up someone's battery as far as the person's battery is going to get to them, right? So it didn't make sense to me, right? Um, Let me just read a few comments before we go further. Uh, Lord, just saying, okay. Almost so many, so many comments. Say faith with restless. Every set rules the rain. Why is faith's own different? And when he went to wash all the dishes in the kitchen, why would anyone mess it up? Okay. I don't think this is about anybody winning or losing the show. I think this is just about us judging this particular situation. Miss wanted to fight Faith for so long. She was looking at him as if this fight that happened this night, this one, it was a build up. We are going to even get to that particular fight. It was an actual build up. Faith is area marriage with his training as a medical professional and all of that. Faith forgot said about immunity is just a week. Don't say it was something with Thelma. It wasn't. I don't have a problem. Host, you don't like Faith. I don't have a problem with Faith. I just see what is going on, and I think that when Faith is doing something right, I obviously I call it out. But like in this situation, there are some things that he did that I feel like Big Brother should not have like intervened. With Amazon, yeah, it's a bit different. I understand. With Amazon, it's a bit different because it's the punishment from Big Brother. Like you're already supposed to be receiving punishment, so you're going to make sure that you get it right. But with Jason Jay's own, I didn't see why Big Brother had to punish him for that. He's supposed to tell Faith to make sure that this thing gets distributed to the housemates, not to receive it and go and then punish the person later. Faith will not learn in a hard way that life is not as hard as this. They're being treated according to their behavior. They all behave abnormal and all. The leader is supposed to serve and not impose. Mm, yeah, like you don't expect these are all adults. You don't address them like small children and expect that they're just going to. I'm even surprised that it's only some housemates that are like rebelling and all because I understand like you want to be a leader, you want to be an all do these things, but then there are some things that you say that I some people will not listen to like that. The housemates need iron hands. Yeah, that's fine. Those are rules. Whether not allowed, are you allowed to do what? Head of house is allowed to do what exactly? Since the beginning of this Big Brother show, most times head of house is the one that distributes the batteries, and they always make sure that the batteries are taken to order. So I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're speaking about in particular, right? So let's now talk about before we get to the second phase of the fight that happened between Imisi and Joanna, because that Imisi and Joanna's fight, Imisi was the one that pushed for it, or there was one that made the fight happen. So Faith won the head of house, and by virtue of winning the head of house, he had the power to pick. He has immunity, and then also by being the what did they call it? Most influential player of the week, he had immunity. So he literally had double immunity. And then from the tree of trinkets, he was able to get one save only, which he saved Zita. So they had just three housemates that had immunity: himself, Zita, and what's his name, Mensan. Mensan also received the immunity card. His envelope had immunity. So three housemates have immunity for the week: Zita, Faith, and Mensan. All the other housemates are up for possible evictions. Then for their prize money, there was no addition to the prize spots because the brother said they did not do well enough. So their money still remains the same. At the end of the season, they may be having like 20, they may be having 30 million to go home with. The money might not even reach 80 million naira. They have to work hard for their money in this house, right? And then um mm, someone is saying battery change. This is regime. Let's think about his role as her team state, and anyone that doesn't obey or respect the house of house rules is it indirectly disrespecting him. So let's enjoy. That's for Dorothy. So, like, there are some situations in the past head of house regimes, right? There are some situations where head of house will say something and the housemates will not follow through with it. I usually don't see people that are like coming to say anything or coming to like, he will let them operate how they want. There are very few times where Big Brother will like intrude. So the fact that Big Brother had to intrude for this one and give punishment to those that did not do certain things, I didn't think that he should have just um maybe just Thelma's own, but for Jason J's own, I don't say it, yo. Yeah. MENSAN carry grace for her though. It's the first housemate to receive immunity. Immunity. His first housemate to pick that immunity card. They are never finding it, but today he found it and he was so happy that he got it. So people that punished Thelma for not going to pick up her book, not going to receive her punishment from him. He also punished Jason J for not picking up his batteries. He told Jason J not to. For Thelma's own, her punishments, the previous punishment was already to write in the book inside like write in the book that people that gave, and then he said he's going to double that one. For Jason J's punishments, he told him not to talk to anybody in the house until his battery has been changed. Right. Let's get to Jason J's own.
are not permitted to speak to any housemate.
Yeah, that's what Jason J's punishment. So moving on, let's talk about what's brought up the fight between Imisi and Joanna. So they were talking about how they will share things in the house because this week is like bare minimum week, and they brought very few things for the housemates. They had just like two crates of eggs, two crates of egg, and then the bread just it literally had to go around like two per loaf, and some other things, plantains, everything was like little, small, small. So they had to like figure out how they will share it. So at this point, they were talking about the things that they will share for the housemates. They spoke about onion, no, they spoke about bread and every other thing that they wanted to share, and then the things that they won't share. They said they're not going to share onions because that's general. So anybody that's cooking, they're going to do general cooking with onions. They now got to plantains and said they were not going to share plantains. Yumisi was now like, talking about it like, that is plantain. Now, why won't they share plantain? And then Joanna now reiterated to her that they are not sharing plantains. And the next thing Yumisi is like, she now said, I'm not talking to you, Bobo. She called her Bobo. That's when Joanna now said, is my name Bobo? Yumisi now told her that she should shut up when she's talking. I say, from where to where? Because Joanna is literally like the house guest for Faith, and most times you operate as like the assistant head of house. So I'm like, shut up from where to where, and then that's when Joanna now went at her and attacked her, which did not make sense to me. That's like Emisi telling her to shut up.
It's a general thing. It's a general thing. So it's a general thing. I'm not asking you, go shut up at the top. Are you crazy? Why are you telling me to shut up? Calm down when I'm talking. Yeah, you mad? Why are you telling me to shut up? Sorry. Fool idiot. If you want to share the plan, come and share. I can't have back and forth with people like you. I don't speak to people who have low IQ with me, please. Let's shift.
So that's situation. That was literally transfer of aggression because Joanna did not offend her in any way, and there was no reason for Emisi to be telling her shut up or coming at her like that. Which one is shut up? Like, why are you telling someone to shut up when you're talking? As what? So in fact, that's Emisi and Joanna's fights. For me, Emisi was completely in the wrong, and there was no reason for her to tell her shut up or just turn the thing into insult, right? So that was the thing that happened between Imisi and Joanna. Now, at this point, Imisi was already carrying face because she'd already get something for mine. So was already pissed off by the whole situation. I guess maybe with how Faith was talking, you guys know that herself and Faith are not in good terms like that. So she'd already the vex. So that's what caused her fight between herself and Joanna. Then they were now sharing bread amongst them. They were not sharing bread. What did he say? Shijaram said, I can't stop saying the truth. Okay, she's a content creator and the of this season, unlike last season, right? Himisi was talking to Bobo. Joanna was talking to him, right? And I didn't think she needed to tell her to shut up or anything. She would have said, his name Bobo. She would have just said, I'm not talking to you. Like, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. If I'm talking, you shut up. Like, when that waiting that one come in now. As in somebody cannot speak up. It didn't make sense, right? Yeah, it didn't make sense. So they were not sharing bread at this point, and apparently, if you can't pick up your bread, the person you would say the person that you're sharing with two per loaf, and then Joanna will write you guys' names down, and then Imisi was in one corner. They now called her to pick up her bread. So was asking her if she had picked up her bread. She said no. She now came to pick up the bread, so she just picked up the bread and left. Faith now called her that she should come back. She should come back here. I say, don't be smart thing though, that she should come back here. That's they need to write their name. She was now shouting for Imisi and Kola that they should just write the name. He said no, that there's an order and she needs to bring the bread back and do the needful before their names are written down. Right?
Come here.
Drop it. Nobody's speaking bread without writing their name.
Oh, you're right.
Drop
Kola
come
and
back here.
Imisi. Kola and Imisi.
Can you just write it?
No, I will not write it. There's order.
beg for
If you
my
want
sake,
this bread,
I beg.
Kola, bring that bread back.
For my sake.
No, not for your sake.
Color don't tire. Color self, you know. They don't put her for fights where you know even they involved in. So that's what caused the second fight between that's Imisi and Faith. It had to do with the bread situation, right? So first of all, um like Faith rightly said that there's order, and when you take your bread, you're supposed to write your name. I don't know if Imisi knew that they were writing names, but social called her to come and pick up her bread. Right. So she came and picked it up and left. And then Faith called her back, right? Although the way he did the calling back, now I think that's what made her to just not answer him because it's like, come back here. I say, hey, wait, that which one be that one? Come back here, stop that. I say, Obugo do not picking way they follow talk. Good if not picking way they follow talk safe. So I think that's why Emisi decided not to return the bread for them to write down the names. But if there's an order and the housemates are taking the bread one by one and putting down their names, then you should also wait for your names to be written down. Then Kola now tried to get the bread from Imisi. He was like, she should stop. She should just listen to what is being said. That he does not want problem. He was telling her that she should return the bread so that they can write their names. Imisi said no, that she's not going to do that. And Kola now started like vexing for her. Now why is she like acting like that? Yeah.
If you open that bread, just follow this thing. If you open that bread, follow this thing. Last thing you keep this week. I'm assuring you. Open it.
Wahala. We had an issue with Joanna earlier on. Now everybody's already saying this thing. Then I said, oh, Kola, who did you share with? Kola, tell us to do this.
Kola is going to grow gray hair in this house because he was so frustrated because he was already serving punishment. I think that's why he was pissed off. He was already serving punishment and he didn't want to get involved in more trouble. I say, okay. He was now telling her that she should have given the bread. I feel like for me, if Imisi didn't want to go back, right, to drop it because of how Faith spoke, obviously you don't want to go back when somebody's telling you, come back here. Don't do this, do that, and somebody's screaming at you like that. You don't want to go back. So the best thing she should have done was to give Kola, let Kola carry it back. Let it now be that okay, she's not the one that took it back. At least Kola was the one that did the mediating and took it for them to write their names down to avoid trouble, right? Because the thing is, there's already tension that has been going on between Faith and Imisi. There's already tension there, and in this kind of situations, you would want to avoid trouble as much as you can. But it's not looking like Amy is trying to avoid that situation. It's almost like she wants to, key into it, key into whatever it is that Faith is doing. So she's not also helping the situation. If it's me, I will just not give you that room to talk to me like that or do anything. I would not even go and take the bread. I'll just tell Kola, okay, go pick our bread so that I will not have reason to be having issues with you or back and forth or any contacts with you whatsoever. So what Imisi should have been doing in these situations is to be using Kola as the middleman so that she doesn't have reason to get spoken to the way Faith has been speaking, because you have seen that, okay, if you do this, some big brother can call you out on it. So the best way is to put Kola as the mediator. They are sharing something, Kola, okay, go pick it up. Kola, do this, do that, because you know that Faith is not going to speak to him like that. And that would make you avoid the trouble. But she's not trying to avoid it. She's literally in it. So that's the situation. He later shared the plantain. Seriously, I didn't even watch that part. I didn't even watch the part where they were sharing the plantain. Right? Let me see they share the stress collar. Collar is going to grow gray hair in this house before you know it. Emisi was even waiting for the problem. Faith said he was going to give if she doesn't wash the plate, and didn't drop in the dish. She was just ready to give someone better one this night. So, like I said, she's not trying to avoid it. She's literally keen into the problem or whatever issue that is on ground. See, Emisi has no content. Has one of the biggest. Almost so much is going on here. Only me I hate Faith. Only me I hate Emisi. There's nothing I'll not hear on this live stream. When I was addressing Faith's situation, you said I don't like Faith. Now I don't like Imisi. Interesting. So who do I really not like? No, I don't think when it comes to okay, over to Imisi, yeah, obviously. Um Let me just. Princess said the girl script has expired. She's looking for more inspiration. This week is a shame, and she's now showing who she is. Always a victim and stuff. More serious matter is going on here. Would anybody like to speak? I think maybe we can just have a few people that would air their own opinions. Let it not just be me speaking. Um, and he tells me he's additional to faith, and he's saying Ninja Dorothy, let me see the real gamer here. Okay. Okay, let me just drop let me see if I will drop a link or something before I end the live stream. Let me see if I can invite somebody to also add their opinion because it's almost like a lot of people have so much to say. And I think the Joanna replied that was regarding me to tell her to shut up. Hmm. Yeah, Destiny, I've dropped the link. I think you can try to call in. We'll just try to make it a bit brief, Sha. We'll try to make it a brief. Hmm. So, I think where would I even find the guest speakers? Let me spoke to her was extremely rude. If anybody's requesting, let me know. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to. Oh, a lot is going on here. Choma. Maybe I'll be projecting comments. The hate. I don't think I'm seeing. Okay. Hold on. Entered. Okay. Somebody is on stage now. King. King. Okay. Let me unmute your mic first. Okay.
Hello,
King. Yeah.
hello, Anita.
I can hear you, King.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. This is King Destiny Victor. I was the one that suggests that you do a live, you know, bringing people up to also share whatever they think about the show. If you can remember
Yeah.
from your live
Oh, yeah,
last
that's true. That's true. I remember. Yeah. I remember you doing that.
one, I'm gonna say you are really doing an amazing job here. I always look forward to seeing your video every now and then because of the nature of the show. That
I
stuff
think
like
your
that.
line is
But I love
breaking.
the
Okay.
show,
I hear you
and
now. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just saying that you're doing an amazing job, and we love
Oh,
it
thank
from
you.
here.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing. God bless you. We love you, and we give you back the kisses you're always giving us at the end of every of your video you drop. Okay.
Mm, thank you, King.
Faith is very intelligent
King, they say you're sounding like Peto.
as
Sorry, you're
right.
sounding like Kola.
It can
Mm.
also be very rude. I think, yeah, this is my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
him. In
yeah.
fact,
I agree.
I've voted for him like two times, but he can just be rude sometimes. You see, just like the last discussion, the last topic that you brought up, there are better better way to, tell somebody to come drop whatever they have picked. But you he
Exactly.
had
Like,
to
not
stand
come
up.
here,
He
come
was
back, come here.
shouting,
Like, no,
like
no.
screaming. That shows
Even if it's your child.
you get. So that means
Mm.
he also is ready. Like, he's ready. And trust me, Big Brother knows what all the, all things they are enjoying and all of that. On top of it, Faith now won head of house. So
None of
he don't
us on
finish for this
immunity.
house
Yeah.
this week like this. Yeah,
Yeah. True. I agree.
red for them. So me, I just think I think if
I think you're breaking a bit.
okay, you need to calm down. She also I don't know. I think that is how she is, right? She had this issue with
Mm.
Mide when Mide was giving the house snail, and
Punishment,
then
house snail.
Mide
Yeah.
was dropping.
It's very
Yes,
defensive.
Mide was,
Imisi can be very
yeah,
defensive. Yeah.
you get. So she was telling Mide that carry or whatever, carry and all of that. And I think it was just, this is me thinking, right? I think it was just a way of joking with people that she actually relates with, because the punishments was given to them, she was just laughing. Kola and Isabella, she was laughing at them like, oh yeah, wear your
Mm.
microphone and all of that. And
Yeah,
Kola
this thing,
was
yeah.
not having it. Kola was not having it. So, it has repeated itself twice. And Kola actually mentioned that this was the same thing you did to Mide, and then she was angry about it, and then
Mm.
you are doing it again. I think it's just her. You understand? It's just her, just how she relates with people she called friend and all of that. This is just my take, and like that. And then for Mensan, I don't know what is wrong with that guy. He was giving off fire from his mouth.
Mhm. Now the
Look
fire
at
has
the fight
quenched.
between him. Look at the fight between him and what's it called,
Avatar.
Ivata. He was not saying, like, he was literally not communicating. I think there's actually a lot he can say about Ivata and all of that, but I don't know, maybe he's trying to be very careful, and don't want to see much, but I think there's much for him to say. And then I think he is
I think they
slowly
also shut him
entering
down sometimes. They don't let
depression.
him,
He's looking
even
at
on
who.
Sunday. Yeah, he's down. Even on Sunday when he tried to speak his mind, they were coming at him that he should have just kept quiet, which I didn't find
So
nice, because I'm like, why
I
can't he
think
express himself?
that me, if in that house, Imisi would have been, she would have practically run mad, because the pressure would have been so much, so very much on her. She would have literally lost it, literally lost it. So let me allow others to talk. So I will
Yeah,
not talk much. I actually have a lot that I would have loved to say, but let me allow others
maybe
to.
some other
Thank you
time.
so
Yeah,
much, Anita,
thank
for
you
what
for
you're
joining.
doing.
Yeah.
We love you so much, and we give you the kisses back.
Good
Hmm.
evening, Monica. Can you hear me?
Ah, your grace
Yes,
is
good
your
evening.
grace. Your voice is very low.
Good evening. Okay, I think
Okay, I think it's better now.
Okay, it's better. Okay, good evening.
Good
First I
evening.
want to really appreciate you for giving premium content and keeping us updated with what's happening in the house. I would normally come back online to check if you have posted or anything, if you're alive and all that. I want to say thank you. Concerning
Mm.
the drama happening in the house, yeah. The moment I noticed Faith was
Mm.
the HOH, I was like, goodness Lord. I
You knew,
actually
like,
looked up
like
and
I think everybody knew that, things were about to go crazy.
like I see. I actually wish that Sultana had maintained her stand as the HOH. It would have been better than Faith win. I'm not saying that he's not deserving of the win or whatever, but we all know Faith is very should I
Hmm.
say he knows how to press on with people. You know those kind of people who are very smart and they know how to pick, they
He knows
know
how
how
to push
to
your buttons. He
instigate.
knows how to push your
Exactly.
buttons.
He knows what to say per
Yeah.
time. So when he says it and you're the
Yeah.
one going all crazy and you are shouting and you look like the mad
You
person.
now look
Why
like this crazy. Yeah, like somebody. Yeah.
the person who has actually pushed you is just there sitting there and asking, why are you shouting? And you look stupid to every other person. That's exactly what happened. Because when I saw him giving the rules to the housemate, I'm like, no, now, no, 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 that's not it. That's too much. Like, guy, you're being the condescending at this moment. You want to give rules? Yes. There's the way the tone of his voice was just out of it. I was like, no, no, no,
Mm.
that's not it. These are fellow housemates. You are HOH for just 1 week. We don't know what will happen next week. So you have to be
I think
very
that may be his
careful.
game.
Well, it's possible that he's trying to bring out
I
because
think
everybody has been
so. I
calling
think
Pere,
because
Pere, Pere, Pere.
yeah,
Everybody has been calling
I think
Pere since.
I think that may be his game actually. Like to push your buttons, get you to react and all of that. Although in some cases, like there are some cases where he's obviously not in the wrong, right? But there are some that that okay, you get what you need to do, you understand? So I agree with you. Sometimes you could just make sure he will push you in such a way that will be very subtle and
Very
then you
salty,
now
yeah.
start going
You start
crazy.
going crazy. Then what happened between him and Imisi today? Like, see, as much as I'm an Imisi fan, I would say that even if you know that somebody is trying to bring trouble, avoid it.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Avoid anything that
Mhm.
will get you into that space of problem. See, for me, if I could have the opportunity to speak to Missy right now, I would tell her to have anything that has to do with communicating with him. Kola is there. At least Kola is like the calmer one.
Yeah,
Go
like
and
use
talk
him as your
to him.
middleman. Don't
Exactly.
give
Avoid
him
him.
that room to yes.
She avoided Rude Boy all through last week. So if you could do
It's
with
almost
Rude
like
Boy, what's
Faith.
this to
It's
do?
almost like with Faith, you can't do that. Because with Capable, she tends to avoid sometimes. With Rude Boy, she was avoiding. But with Faith, she's keen into that. So and obviously Faith will not back down and he will definitely use his power to
Yes.
the fullest. Like if Kola had gone to take the bread, I'm sure they would have not spoken to him like that. And you get your bread, everybody will be happy. But it's like she's inside it. She's letting it
Get to her.
marinate.
Yes, yes. I think she has a lot of things bottled up inside of her concerning faith. And
Faith, yeah.
I just hope they have like a timeout that they really talk about it. And
Mm.
I don't see that happening anytime soon. But anything can
No,
happen. If it could
there's no
happen with Rude Boy,
reconciliation there.
Rude Boy was. I feel like the issue she had with Rude Boy was as Rude Boy's fight with
Deeper.
her was worse than that of yes, than that of Faith. But right now it seems like the issue she has with Faith is deeper than that of Rude Boy. She has settled with the other people. It's just she and Faith. I don't
Mm.
understand the clashing. I don't know what they are fighting for. But I just hope that they can find a balance between this whole thing in the house. I really wish that
Yeah.
they can, and they should both avoid themselves. They should avoid.
Yeah.
Faith is not going to be giving
Faith's
them
game is
bad
working,
hope.
sha.
Is that what?
I said Faith's game is working, Sha. Looks like it's giving him
It
like he's getting
is
talked
giving
about.
him
People are
highlights.
liking him and all of that. His fan base is growing. So
Yes,
this year it's going to be
yes.
crazy. Some things might switch up at some
At
point.
some
And it's funny
point,
how
yes, at some
at some
point.
point, sorry for this disruption.
No
At some
problem.
point, the people that liked Faith, people that liked Imisi started liking Faith because he felt
Yeah.
like the housemates were looking down on him, were against him. So it was like the same set of people liked them. But now that they are fighting, everybody will have to like face whoever it is that they like more.
Whoever they want to. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Sincerely at the beginning, I was voting for Faith and Imisi. When the whole
Exactly.
issue started, I'm like, guy, if at this point there's no need sharing votes, let everybody just stick to one person. So for me, I'm not the person that will be, if Imisi has done wrong, I will start to cover. I will not even cover it up. As much as I will still go back to vote for her, but I'm still going to call her out, babe, you have messed up. This one, you have messed up. Just like the issue she had with Midi last week. She could have, I feel
Yeah.
like with the way she plays with Kola, I've seen her, she doesn't know when to stop. She
Yes,
just keeps
Scholar has
going on
actually
and
like
on and
taken a lot
on,
from her.
on and on and on
If
and
you're not a
on
patient
about
person,
it.
you can't
You
be her
Yes, you can't
friend.
be friends with
You have to be
with
very patient.
um she's too extra. Is it extra? What's the word now? What's the word? Oh God,
You don't
she's
have
not. She's too
to.
extroverted. She's an extrovert. She's too extroverted. Yes, extroverted. As is on the
She's
extreme. She
extreme
doesn't even
with
know
her
when to, like, everything about her plays extreme, fight extreme, everything about Imisi is on the extreme. She
her
does
emotions, yeah, everything.
everything, and she doesn't even know how to bottle up her emotion, keep it in. She doesn't know how to, when it just shows all over her. And Faith obviously is dwelling on that.
Exactly. He knows how
It's
to
but
push. Anyway, thank you for joining. I wanted to say
welcome.
like
Thank you very
maybe
much.
I think maybe on Saturday or something or some other day where would have like enough time to I would like give the mic again out for more people to like air their views and stuff. Thank
Thank you
you,
very much. Bye.
Grace. Thank you, Grace. Yeah. Yeah, remove. So guys, I think we're just going to round up so that this video is already too long. Let it not be too long. So thanks for your opinions, thanks for your gist, thanks for everything. And I'm going to end this video here. See you guys on the next one. Bye. Love you. Kisses.